Alright, and we're back for part 2. Let me just refresh myself where I was. I did end up looking up what this bad mutation does, and it's basically the same as having a cursed ring of teleportation. You just kind of get randomly teleported, and I don't think it's worth keeping that for the extra 3 armor and 3% HP. I think, especially because you can get randomly teleported into like a pack of orcs or something, and yeah, it's just too dangerous. So I'm going to use my cure mutation, and interestingly enough, actually I'm not really sure 100% how that works, but it got rid of one of our good ones and our bad one, and left one good mutation. So that actually worked out pretty well. Alright, so let's see where we're at with the dungeon. We're on level 7. We've encountered a bunch of ghosts that I don't want to fight, really. But at the same time, the temple appears on level 4 through 7, and I'd like to pick my god, like start worshipping Bahamut, most likely, but that means I missed it when I was skipping past those levels. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just see if I can go back maybe and finish exploring and at least find the temple, and we'll see where we go from there. So let's see if we can go find it. Okay, let me check my spells here. I got my repel missiles on. I have lightning bolt at 14%, which is good. We can cast it if we need to. We'll keep conjurations on for now. After we get conjurations probably to 10, I'm probably gonna start putting points into dodging to increase our survivability a little bit. So let's see if we can avoid any of our ghosts here. Try out our lightning bolt. Let's see what it does here. I think that is C. Yep. Okay, so it missed. I'll try one more time. There we go. So one shot. Alright, get our mana back. Let's break line of sight with this wizard. Get some mana back. Alright, so we got 4. This should be enough to kill him. Okay. Oh, Sky Beast. Okay, so we do have draining. I think I can poison this guy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I should be able to poison him. I think if he goes invisible, it'll be hard. I won't be able to, but it might work. Yep. Alright, so we know we got him once, so let's back away. Okay, so the poison's doing work. Hit him a couple more times. Start running. There we go. This is why it's good to always have another option, especially, I guess as any character. You know, if you're going to be a fighter, always have something like a ranged weapon or something, even as a caster. You know, so sometimes you just run across enemies that you just can't deal with, but having a poison blowgun, obviously, you saw there, it can save your life. So this guy definitely hits hard, so let's see if we can lightning bolt him. Yep, so yeah, so you can see how powerful lightning bolt is in the mid game. if I play smart, I should be able to make some progress. Oh, perfect. This is awesome. We got our first spell book, so we've already memorized everything in our first spell book, so this will give us some options depending on what it is. Maybe we can branch off into another school, although I don't think this is a good spell book for us. So I don't really know what most of these do. So let's see. Infusion, melee attacks, nah. Nah, not this. So I mean, this is good for avoiding damage. I mean, I've never actually used it, so I don't know how good it is. I mean, we're kind of using charms already, and we'll probably end up getting into translocations anyway, just for blink later on. So I mean, this is something we could consider. Regeneration isn't bad, obviously. I mean, healing's always good. And spectral weapon. I've never used this before either. It only attacks when the caster does. I wonder if that means like I have to actually melee the enemy. If that's the case, it's not so good. But if not, then I don't know. I probably won't go for that. But I could see going for Shroud and maybe Regeneration in this book. But we'll see. It's not something that's pressing right now. I'd rather get my survivability up anyway before I start branching into other schools. Jeez. Lightning bolt. Oh, not in range, so we'll hit him with a shock and then lightning bolt. Missed. There we go. What's the hunger cost on lightning bolt? Oh wow. So you can see the hunger cost on lightning bolt's pretty hefty right now. So I mean it's not a big deal, but it's something to keep in mind. If we're gonna spam it, we're gonna need a lot of food. I know one of my ghosts is down here, so I'm just waiting to run into it. Okay, so no temple yet, and we're on the 6th level, so let's go to 5. Alright, so there was a sky beast here, which we can deal with now. I believe even my ghost, yeah, so Deep Elf Fire Elementalist is down here. I might be able to I probably can kill the Fire Elementalist. Actually, now that I'm glad I said Fire Elementalist, because I'm still wearing my Ring of Ice. Oops, not my ring. I want to keep my warding on. Warding. I want to remove the Ring of Ice. Yeah, because that is a lot of damage potentially. Alright, there's our temple. There's our Sky Beast. Let's see if we can get some poisons. Yep. There we go. Lightning bolt. Shock. Level 9. We'll keep going with the intelligence. At some point I should probably put some points into strength. I just really like dropping the percentage on all these spells. Oh, there's our Fire Elementalist. Okay, so I need food, so the first thing I'm going to do is eat this. Alright, so that gave him a lot of... So let's do Lightning Bolt. Yeah, so we're fine. Yeah, okay. Level 10. Alright, so let's see what our lightning bolt's at. It's at 10%. Alright. I'd like to see it drop just below 10%. So I'll do air magic to get to I'll get air magic to 7, and then I'll go dodging. Alright, now the question is, do I get Vehemute or do I get Sifmuna? Sif is usually the safer bet. She's more traditional, I'd say, because she eventually gives you every spell in the game. Pretty much. She just keeps gifting you spell books until you pretty much have every spell. She allows you to forget spells, which is good later on. And she can also channel mana. So if you're around mana, it gives you an option to regain mana. But the Vehemute is more like the raw destruction. He increases the range of your conjurations. He gives you spell books that have conjuration, like typically damaging spells in them. And he also restores mana whenever whenever you do damage, he has a chance to restore mana. I forget the specifics, but I'm gonna go with Vehemute because I plan on just nuking them out, and I think the extra range especially will be helpful. So I'll go with Vehemute. I'd say if you're unsure, just go with Sif, because like I said, she's probably the safer bet, but I feel like doing something a little different. Alright, so now that we have that, we're gonna do... We need to find the lair. So the lair, basically we just keep going down the dungeon. So let's go to floor 8. Alright, let's see what this is. Okay, troll. So trolls are pretty damn powerful in terms of how hard they hit, but the priest is probably more important. So we're gonna see if we can kill the priest before he can smite me. Out of range. Alright, so oh, miscast. Alright, I'm gonna stare dance here. I don't really want to fight all these things, so I'm gonna wait. Well, I'll cast a spell. Okay, now I'm gonna go up the stairs. Okay. Okay, that's dumb. I should be using static discharge. Instead, I'm missing with shock and getting poisoned. So I'll probably die from poison. I think I definitely have potions of curing, right? Yeah, I have a bunch. So I'll do that first, get rid of this poison. Of course, he poisoned me again. So I'll use it again. Okay, that takes care of that. Now I'm going to static discharge again. There we go. Yeah, that was dumb. Especially I was in melee range to an enemy that can kill me with poison. I shouldn't have been trying to shock it. I should have been trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. Alright, so I think I'm going to go down a different set of stairs. I didn't like how open that was. And there was a wizard, a priest, and then a troll, and it's not worth it. No cover, so hopefully down here. Yeah, this is better. Static discharge. Alright, so aromatic's level 7. So let's see what our lightning bolt is. It's still at 10%. I'll leave it on to 8. I really want to get it below 10. Oh, I should not have done that. I didn't see that ice beast, and I chopped up that meat, took a bunch of turns, and allowed the ice beast to get right next to me. So let's put on a ring of ice, give us some protection. Yep, resist cold. Alright, and then we'll static discharge. I miscast it. Alright. take off our ring of ice. Took a lot of damage from my static discharge there. What is that? Ah, scroll of silence. Lightning bolt this guy. And we'll also see if we can hit this. Nope. Lightning bolt doing work for us there. Oh, what is this? Didn't even see it. Model dragon. Okay. Let's see what it says. It looks easy. Immune to poison and negative. Very resistant to cold. Mindless. Okay, so nothing. Maybe a lightning bolt should get rid of that. Let's see. It hits it, but it doesn't do any damage. So let's go to the stairs in case, just in case. He won't follow me up the stairs, so if anything does go wrong, let's try this whacking it with the mace. Not a good idea. Okay, well, let's go upstairs, get our mana back, and come back. We'll eat a piece of bread. Now we're ready to deal with it. There we go. Let's go back to Auto Explorer. Glowing hand crossbow. I don't think I've been picking up bolts, or yeah, I haven't been. So probably not worried about that. Let's take our blowdown back out. Oh, didn't want to do that. Static discharge. Static discharge. Big kobold. Not sure how dangerous they are this early. Okay, it looks dangerous, so a little bit tougher. Lightning bolt should take him out pretty easily. Okay. Shock, shock, static discharge. Air magic level 8. Okay. Please drop. Yeah, so lightning bolt's now at 8%, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to increase my survivability. Get dodging up to, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 10, depending on if we find some spell books that I want to start branching out in other schools. We'll see. And if I still don't find anything, I can even start putting some stuff in fighting, which I will do eventually. Get my health up a little bit. Alright, so Knolls. Good old shock takes care of them. Okay, so along that line, Behemoth doesn't just give you books like Sif Muna does. He actually gives you spells that you can temporarily memorize. So like here, he's giving me the ability to memorize Freeze if I want. But I'm not going to. Freeze is a level 1 spell, and it's definitely not worth taking up spell slots, especially since I don't have Sif Muna. I won't be able to clear up my spell slots very easily without the Scrolls of Amnesia, which I don't even know if I have any. Maybe that unidentified scroll is, I don't know. But yeah, they don't. It's a lot harder to get rid of your unwanted spells than if I would have taken Sif Muna, so I don't want to just learn arbitrary spells I'm never going to use. Okay, so that's it for 8. Still no lair. Off to 9. I'm going to identify my potion. Potion of agility. I'm also going to identify the scroll. Just because if it is a scroll of amnesia, I really don't want to waste. I guess I wouldn't waste it. I could forget something, but I'd rather just see what it is before I use it. Random uselessness. Okay, so pretty much self-describing. Probably just drop that, but I'll wait. Okay, off to dungeon 9. Oh, what was that? Fan of Gales. Alright. I never use these items. There's like, I think there's like 4 or 5 items like this that are evocable items that, let's see, enchanted fan inhabited by benevolent. Swing the fan, swing around the bear, sets the spirits free to sweep away the bear's enemies. Okay, so some of these items have like a kind of risk reward thing. This one, I believe, yeah, so it just basically it summons air spirits, which is pretty good. I mean, you can only use it every once in a while, but it's definitely, there's no harm. If I get in trouble, maybe I'll remember to use it. Maybe. Alright, here's a troll. Shouldn't be too dangerous at this point. It is dangerous, okay? So I definitely don't want it to get in melee range. I'll lightning bolt this guy to death. Yeah, lightning bolt's just tearing him up. Gain 2 levels for dodging, which is good. And you can see in my message log, it says I hear a grinding noise, and what that means is that there's an optional, like, I guess, mini dungeon that disappears if I don't get to it fast enough, which is, and usually they have pretty good rewards, but some of them can be pretty challenging. I know I've lost a character, or at least 1 or 2, to places like that, so you gotta be careful, but I'll see if I can find it. I mean, you can always leave. But once you leave, if you leave, then you can't go back in. So, but it's better than just not going at all. Let's see, what's this ring? Sustain abilities. Okay, we'll leave that on. I believe that just does that give me negative. No, that's just prevents my stats from dropping. So I really want to find this place. Sometimes though, you just can't get to it. To help finding it, you really don't want to rest. Like if you rest, resting wastes a lot of time, and you usually won't get to it. Oh, ooh, that's not good. So ogres by themselves are pretty nasty, but this is actually a 2-headed ogre, and they're the next step up. But lightning bolt should be enough. Alright, so I'll shock him to get him in range, then lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, shock, shock. Okay, that worked out. There's a lot of enemies here. I'm running out of mana. I'm going to run, get out of the open. Okay, that's not the way I should have gone. I'm looking for, here we go, this is good. Alright. Anytime you can funnel them into a corridor, that's what you want to do. Let's see if I can find this place. Oh, what's this? A dire flail. It's not enchanted. Right. It's probably better than my mace, really. minus 3, 13. With a 1.3 attack. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say it's probably about. Well, maybe not. It's not. I'll keep the mace just because it's a +1 mace. So we wasted a lot of time fighting all that stuff. Don't know if we'll be able to find this entrance or not. Oh, these things suck. There we go. So you always want to kill these things when you can. Oops. Because they'll just keep reproducing and they shoot those explosive things that do a lot of damage. Alright, a boring beetle. These things do a lot of damage too, so let's kill him. Oops. So I still hear the grinding noise. It hasn't said that it's collapsed yet. Alright, we're gonna have to fight here. Let's lightning bolt this guy. Actually, we're gonna take a step in and static discharge. Probably shouldn't do that. Should probably just wait for them to come to me, but oh well. Come on, where is this place? Oh, this is bad. Susceptible to poison. Interesting. Okay, it's pretty slow too, so I was able to poison it and actually get out of its range. I'm not seeing the messages for the grinding noise. Oh, another wand of fire, that's good. Did we miss it? No, it doesn't say anything closed yet, so it's still open. Alright, so our dodge, I think I'm gonna get my dodging to level 10, really jump my evasion up there. Okay, well there's the lair. Maybe I did miss that door. Yeah, I don't see the notifications coming up anymore. Yak zombie. Miscast. Yeah, you can see that immediately drop my hunger near starving. So eat this. So there's the Orcish Mines as well. You definitely don't want to do the Orcish Mines. I mean, you know, whenever I go to the Orcish Mines, I usually go there after the lair. And I think that's correct because, especially like the last level of the Orcish Mines, you'll start fighting Orc Warlords, and they're way strong. So generally you go to the lair first, and then you can come back and do maybe a 1 or 2 levels of the Orcish Mines and see how it goes. Alright, level 10. So we'll finish exploring this. I might even go to the next level of the dungeon just before I drop to the mines, because I haven't really been challenged too much by anything in the dungeon, so nope, didn't want to do that. Alright, so we're done exploring, so let's go to D10. Alright, this is not a good way to enter, so let's go back up. to. Okay, so these things can be dangerous. We have reflect, I think it's repel missiles, so it'll definitely save us a lot, but the centaurs are really, really dangerous. Especially out in the open. If you can break line of sight, they're not so bad, like this. Get them to come close to you. He still hasn't, oh, there he goes. Now I can just static discharge him to death. What do we got? A zombie, so he just dies. Oh, it's a hill giant zombie. That's a little different. Come on, lightning bolt. Okay, no luck. Back upstairs. Was it missing? That was hitting him, it just wasn't doing any damage. It's the damn dice rolls, man. Alright, so I said that I would explore D10, but whatever, let's go to the lair. I can also start my stash here. We'll just stack discharge. Whoa! That hurt. Let's use the scroll of fear here. Yeah, get him to run away. And then we'll lightning bolt him. Lightning bolt. Oh, this is bad. He is. He does a lot of damage. I'm scared that if I try to go upstairs, because sometimes they'll get a hit on you. It is fast. Okay. I'm scared that if I go upstairs, because sometimes they'll get a free hit on you when you try to go upstairs and he'll just kill me. Alright, is there anything... God damn it. That's another thing. I don't even know if I use a potion of curing, it's not going to heal enough to heal more than he's doing. So I would just heal like 20 or whatever, and then he would just hit me for like 30 again, and I'd just die. So I'm going to try to go back upstairs. Am I on a staircase? I don't think I am I? No, I'm not. So that's unfortunate too. God, I might die here. I really don't want to use curing. Scroll fog is not going to do anything. It's already in my range. Teleportation is going to take too long and potentially just kill me. That doesn't do anything. I could... The fan of gales... I could do this, but I'm afraid he's still going to chase me. I think I'm better off just running, because if I just stay here and use the fan, I might just die anyway. Oh god, I'm going to die, and I run. Alright, let's see if he gets a free shot by me going upstairs. Yep. Damn it. And such is the life of Dungeon Crawl. Not really sure what I should have done instead. It's just the curing wouldn't have helped. Maybe if I would have used a fan of gales, I think he still would have chased me, even if I had the air elementals out. And he might have gotten the free hit, even if I used the fan anyway. So I don't know. I definitely could have played that a little better, but oh well. Underestimated the power of the spiny frog. So that's it for this guy. Until next time, see you guys. All right, let's start another playthrough of Dungeon Crawl. And I think when I do these videos, I'm probably never gonna do a melee fighter, just because of how boring it is to watch. I mean, you really just auto attack over and over again, and when you get a hard enemy, I mean, that's when the thinking comes into play. But regardless, I'll probably stick with casters just because they require the most amount of thought, and you know they're generally more fun, at least I think. Although definitely not as easy. So I'm gonna go. I feel like playing a Necromancer, and I actually like the Deep Dwarf Necromancer combination, just because Well, hold on, let me pick a name here. Oh. This guy will be named Grape. I do not know why, but that is his name. Deep dwarves, they don't heal passively, so no matter how much I rest, they'll never heal. But they make up for it by having a really good defense. And they're actually pretty hard to kill early on. Resistant to damage, they passively map a small area around you, do not heal naturally, and I can recharge like wands basically. But it costs me maximum health, I believe, or something of that nature. Yeah, one permanent MP to use. Okay, and the reason they do that, so the combat, they give you heal wounds to start with, and this is your only means of healing early on. And as soon as you run through these, there's no other way to heal. So you can use your ability to recharge them by getting rid of your maximum MP, but the reason you choose a Necromancer with a Deep Dwarf is because later, well actually pretty soon, you get the Vampiric Draining spell, which actually does allow you to heal. And with this spell, it pretty much negates, not entirely, but at least a lot, it negates the disadvantage of not being able to heal by resting. So this combination is actually pretty tough to kill spellcasters, what it ends up being. So let's go ahead and start. So we're gonna start with. I think we're gonna start with. Let's see. So Vampiric Draining, we can cast it. So I'm actually gonna start with spellcasting, just because we only have 2 MP, which isn't enough to really do any damage with our spells. So we're gonna get spellcasting up a little bit. Right, yep, okay, and then we're gonna pick up needles, because in case we pick up a blowgun, which we almost guarantee we will. Tomahawks, javelins, I guess we'll pick up sling stuff in case we get a sling, and nets. I really don't plan on transitioning to bows or crossbows, and I can't use large rocks, so I'll also pick up magical staves. I'm a caster. I'm not really quite sure why it has the staves turned off to start with. And I'll also pick up miscellaneous. This will make it auto pick up interesting items. Alright, I think we're ready. And Pain is actually it's actually a pretty powerful spell early on. I mean, it does damage to you, but we'll negate that later with the Vampiric Draining. And I did get the sling, so let's adjust the sling to letter A. Oh, I need that X, that was dumb. So I could get Animate Skeleton. I'm not a big fan of Animate Skeleton. I mean, it's kind of useful early on, but it loses its potential very fast. It becomes almost useless. And I'm not scared of the early game playing a Deep Dwarf, so I'm probably not even gonna waste my spell points on it. As soon as I hit level 3, I'll go ahead and pick up the vampiric draining. An amulet of warding. Okay, so that gives me resist negative and summon creature resistance. We'll leave that on. Whoa. See what happens when you go on autopilot? You do stuff like that. Alright, I think I'm gonna use heal wound just because if he hits me again I could just die, so. And now I'll paint him dead. Out of mana. See if we can hit him. And then we'll pain. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was dumb. You gotta be careful, just how most deaths happen, that's for sure. Just running around, getting cocky, or going on autopilot. Let's see, so this is good. Let's get our mana back. Did I hit level 3? No. Almost. There we go. Definitely intelligence, and then memorize vampiric training. Yes. And I'll probably let my spellcasting get to level 4, and then I'll start dumping my points into necromancy. Just because vampiric training is gonna. In case you don't know, the mana cost is equal to the level of the spell, and vampiric training is level 3, so I can only cast it twice. So I'd at least like to get up to level at least 9 MP, so I can at least cast it 3 times. Oh, a book of changes. I'm probably not going to be using, although Blade Hands is very powerful. I think that's a different build altogether, so probably not going to be interested in any of those spells. Choose vampire. We'll just do pain. Get our mana back. See if we can get some of our health back with vampiric draining. Yep. Okay, here's a pack of gnolls, and they are definitely dangerous this early, so if I can. Oh, and there's player ghost and necromancers, because all my magic is negative. I believe, well, I forget what it's called exactly, but let's see. I know that all player ghosts are immune to it. Negative energy, yeah, so I can't do any damage except with my axe, and because he's a berserker, yeah, there's no way that I can take him. So let's see if I can draw one gnoll up. Okay, I'm not gonna let any more go upstairs. Got the orc. We'll go down a different set of stairs. Much better. Yeah, I meant to use vampiric draining, not pain. There we go. There's that blowgun we were talking about. Always good to have a blowgun. Well, actually, I like it better than the sling for sure. So we'll change this to A. Okay. And because of that, I'm not going to be using the sling if I have the blowgun. So I'm going to turn off the sling bullets. I'm not going to pick up any more sling bullets. I'll drop the sling itself too. Although I do have bullets of frost, which are pretty... You know, I better leave it. Just in case. I probably won't use it, but at least I'll have it if I do. Okay, this is really early for a Goliath beetle. They're really slow. You can easily get away from them, but if I do kill it, I'll definitely get a lot of experience. Although I don't want to dump it all into... You know what, in case I kill this guy, I don't really want to go higher than 4 spellcasting, and I have a feeling I might get 2 levels from this. So I'm actually going to turn on Necromancy, so it'll all dump into Necromancy. I'm going to see if I can kill him. Pain might be able to do it, but I'm not confident. Okay, so if I just keep regenerating mana, this might work. Of course, he'll regenerate too, I believe. I don't have wands. You know what? This is where the poison comes in. Easily. So I didn't get as much experience as I thought I was going to get. So we'll leave both of these on until... since they're both so close to leveling up. Vampiric Drain, get our health back. Okay, we're not fighting him for sure. He is chasing me. So, I don't want to keep running into darkness because I'm guaranteed to run into more monsters and then get trapped. So, I'm actually going to go back to where I know. See if I can lose him. And if I lose him, then yeah, like I did. So now I'm okay to keep exploring. You definitely don't want to ever run away into unexplored areas because you're just asking to get trapped. positive energy, evasion, and ice. So evasion and energy can stay on, and I'll leave warding on, so we're good. So we got 2 resist negative. 1 from our ring and 1 from our amulet of warding. That's probably why I'm not taking damage from my pain, is because I'm actually resisting the damage from it. Should be able to take this guy pretty easily. Okay. Then I'm going to turn off spellcasting. So my next big spells are Animate Dead and Control Undead. Control Undead allows me to handle undead creatures, which I can't do right now. And Animate Dead just gives me kind of meat shields to hide behind, and they're just really good. And then those will pretty much be all I have until I find more spell books. I mean, I could go learn some of these other ones, but not. Preferably not. Near starving. So vampiric draining is definitely costing a lot of hunger. That's the only thing about not starting as a deep elf, is that you don't have as good of casting stats. Like your intelligence doesn't start as high, your spell casting isn't as good, and you generally it's just more taxing to cast some of these spells. But I think the higher defense more than makes up for it. At least for a necromancer, anyway. I probably wouldn't play a deep dwarf as any other caster. Alright, so I'm probably gonna run into my ghost again by doing this. Alright, so let's get out of here. I believe we're done. Yep. Yep, there he is. Let's just run away. Alright. So these things are hurting. I should be fine though. Yep. So necromancy is 6. I'm gonna go ahead and learn Animate Dead. And I'm gonna learn Control Undead too, just because if I don't have it, it'll definitely I'll come across a pack of undead things and won't have a way to deal with them. So let's eat some fruit. And we need a vampiric draining some stuff now. Level 6. Starting to get some MP now. Oh, a Book of Frost. Okay, so this is interesting. So now I can definitely move into Frost and have Throw Icicle. Throw Icicle is pretty good. It gives me the nice thing about Throw Icicle is that it's not just pure frost damage. It's like half physical and half frost. So even things that are immune to frost, it still does damage too. Although frost and negative kind of go together alright, because I mean, you know, the thing about being a necromancer is you can't deal with like player ghosts and stuff because your energy, they're immune to it. Well, most of that, the same stuff that's immune to negative energy is usually resistant to or immune to frost. So here I should be able to just paint him. Yeah. And then vampiric draining. Yeah, paint is really good, especially in the early game. Since I'm really not Now I wanted to play a Necromancer, but I mean I am playing a Necromancer, and I will keep playing a Necromancer, but I definitely have options here. I could, if I start branching into, I could definitely branch into Frost, and then just use Frost to get me through the middle of the game, because Throw Icicle will take me through the middle of the game, and then whoever I choose to worship as my god will pretty much determine which path I go down. There's a Necromancer god named, I can't even pronounce his name. His name is like, I just call him Kiku. That's his name. It's Kiku, and then it's a bunch of other letters, but I don't know how to say it, so I'm gonna call him Kiku. He's the Necromancer god who will gift you all the necromancy spells, and grant you I think he grants you bodies and stuff that you can resurrect. Or I could just take Sif Muna and just become like a general spellcaster with, basically using necromancy in the early to get me through the early game, and just kind of branch out into a general kind of caster. So I'm not really sure which way I want to go yet. We'll find out once I get to the temple. Exploding sling bullets. See, these are good too. I should have used my poison dart against the ogre, but oh well. Okay, like here, he's not awake. So what I'm gonna do is, if I attack him there, he's only gonna have like 2 or 3 steps before he can reach me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout, and you can do this by pressing T, and it'll give you the option. This is also how you command your allies, like your summons. You can tell them to attack a specific target or whatever. But you can also, if you just press T again, you actually shout, which is what I just did, and this will wake the ogre up, and he will now come around the corner, and I have more time to deal with him. I guess he didn't wake up. Let's try again. I can't believe I'm shouting right next to him, and he's not waking up. Oh, okay, there you go. Of course, as soon as I step forward. So, poison. See, that hurt. Let's see. Let's vampiric training. Again. Yeah, vampiric training is where it's at. It didn't quite work like I wanted to, but oh well. Okay, that's it for that. Let's go to dungeon level 5. Hey, a giant frog skeleton. So here, this is where I can break out the sling. And I'll quiver the exploding bullets. And it didn't do anything, so that's good. Alright, well I'm just gonna cast Control Undead. He resists. There we go. No, he's fine. No, he's fine. My little pet. This doesn't permanent, and he will just come out and start attacking me again. What I can do is tell him to attack something else by using T. Oh, so the scorpion's faster than I am, so vampiric training. And now the frog's not under my control anymore. Alright, let's see if I can just melee him. Okay, I can. Alright, I need to be using Animate Dead more too, so let's start doing that. The problem is because Vampiric Draining is costing me so much hunger, I don't really have to actually eat the corpses. Alright, Natasha. So, see, that's my Natasha now. Oh, a Sky Beast. Okay, so he is not immune to pain. I wonder if they'll attack an invisible target. Nothing there. Oh, there we go. Now with these, you can chop these up and if you eat these, it's basically like drinking a mutation potion. It'll give you a random mutation. So I mean, you could play mutation roulette with these, but it's generally not safe to do unless you have a cure mutation potion. And even then, it's probably not worth wasting a cure mutation potion because they become useful later in the game. So let's resurrect that. Get my mana back. +4 Ring of Strength, that's pretty good. It's not amazing for us, but now that is amazing. Ring of Wizardry. It basically increases it makes it a lot easier to cast spells. I'm not sure if it makes spells stronger. Let's see. Yeah, it makes it easier to cast spells. So you can see all of these drop down to 1%. Even all of this stuff. It drops way down. Ring of Wizardry is amazing for casters, especially early on. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with the Ring of Strength, which I'm not really gonna need. I mean, it's decent, but it really affects like your melee damage, and I'm not really interested in that. The Ring of Evasion's probably better, or the Positive Energy. I'll leave the Positive Energy on just because it negates pain out a little more. Oh, a staff. So this could be good, depending on what kind of staff it is. If it's a staff of Necromancy. Okay, and it's a staff of Wizardry. Now, I don't know if Wizardry stacks. So let's see. Let's go to Inventory, Q. So yeah, I have 2 sources of Wizardry. I'm not sure if these stack. So I guess we can find out. So if we unequip, let's say let's wield the blowgun, right? So we memorize. What is it? It costs 19, 19, and 73 for those spells. So 19, 19, and 73 for Ozukubu's armor, condensation shield. Okay, so now if I put on the staff, wow, they do stack. That is awesome. It's awesome. It makes it a lot easier to cast, to get the spells that I should not be casting this early. Like, I don't have any training in conjurations or ice, and I'm already at 58% on Throw Icicle, which means I only need a few points in ice magic to actually be able to cast it. So this is really good, actually. If we keep getting more high-level spell books, we'll be able to cast high-level spells very early. So this could be good. So I'm going to branch out and Throw Icicle just because now it's almost not even an investment. I mean, a couple points and I'll be able to cast it. Alright, so let's have this thing attack that, and then we'll kill the ant. Can the Sky Beast kill it? Doesn't look like it. Let's go and put our hand axe on and just swing at it. things are annoying because they regenerate so fast. So the potion of heal wounds, I'm actually going to buy that just because it's so good to have. It also identifies it when you buy it like this, which if I have any more in my inventory, it'll automatically identify them. Alright. Yeah, so I already have one. Okay, that's good. Kill it. Damn it. There we go. So I think once a necromancy hits 9, I'm just going to go ahead and start training some ice magic and conjuration just to have throw ice cycle. Ow. Okay, so I got smited. I gotta get break line of sight. Of course, he takes the long way. Vampiric draining. Step forward, drain. Necromancy. Okay, so let's turn that off. Well, let's turn on spellcasting, I suppose, for a second. There's enemies over here, so I don't think... Okay, no, there's not. Alright, so we're gonna memorize. Throw icicle. I could probably also do ice form. What does ice form do? Into a frozen ice creature, light enough to float on water. I don't know if that's good. It doesn't sound very good. Does it increase my armor? I mean, I guess that would be the only reason I'd probably take it. I know Ozakubu's armor does. The effects of the spell are boosted if the caster is in ice form. But ice form also makes me weak to fire, so... I think I'm just going to stick with... Just throw icicle. I think that's really all I need. Actually, summon ice beast is really good, too. Yeah, okay. But I might not even need it with being a necromancer. I definitely want throw icicle, though, so let's learn that. I don't have enough. It's a level 4 spell, and I only have 2 spell levels. So we're going to need some spell casting, so we'll leave that on. And I'm hungry. Yeah, spell casting also helped with the spell hunger a little bit. And there's the ice beast. So he's definitely doing a lot of damage to me, but he's dead. There's Natasha again. Ow. God, magic darts is... Ow. Hopefully she comes around the corner tight. Oh, she can still see me. Okay, so we're gonna use a heal wounds here, and then we're gonna close the distance. There we go. Can't believe it, magic darts did so much to me. Alright, so now that we're safe, we're gonna go ahead and identify all this stuff. Scroll of noise. Scroll of fear. Oh, scroll of blinking. Hopefully I have more of those. Nope, of course not. Forget which spell. I don't want to forget anything. I mean, I could have, but I don't. That would allow me to learn throw icicle, but I don't want to forget any of my spells yet. Scroll of teleportation. Enchant weapon. I think I'll probably use the blowgun more than I'll use the axe. Okay. And we use these to identify all of our potions. Or at least some of them. Oh, there's a Crimson Imp. Let's just melee him. If we can. Finally. Let's quaff some potions. Potion of mutation. You are somewhat okay. So I got resistance to further mutation. So that's not bad. That's good later in the game. Potion of haste. Okay, so we can wait all this out. We can drop the potion of degeneration.